Hey, my friends, welcome back. Welcome to my kitchen. It's Deb from Bowl Me Over. I'm so glad you're here today. I have a wonderful meal for you today. It's a great all-in-one. It's a casserole, gets baked in the oven. We put it together, it's hands off. Gotta love it, right? So let me show you what we're gonna need for this recipe today. We're gonna use chicken breasts. Of course, you could use chicken thighs if you'd prefer. I like chicken breast for this recipe. We're gonna need some cream of chicken soup, some evaporated milk. Regular milk would work as well. Potatoes. I'm using yellow potatoes, Yukon Gold potatoes, because you don't have to peel them. And I'm lazy, right? So we're using that. Some baby carrots, cooked bacon. You can use, like the thick bacon as long as it's cooked and you want it to be a little crispy. So this is already cooked bacon. Some shredded cheese, ranch dressing. I like Uncle Dan's. It's my favorite brand, but you can use like Hidden Valley, any kind that you think of there is fine, as long as it's the powdered kind. We need cream cheese and a green onion. It's what we're going to need for this recipe. So let's jump right in and get started. First thing is we're going to make a sauce. And so I'm going to take my cream cheese and put it in my saucepan. And it has softened, but it's going to take a little bit in there. I want this sauce to be creamy. So we want it to really cook well. To the sauce, I'm going to add the cream of chicken soup. If you had, you could use the hard healthy if you'd prefer. Cream of chicken soup with herbs if you'd prefer. All those work. So we're going to put that right into our pan. And the whole goal here is simply to mix it all together until it's creamy. So it's not like you're trying to do anything fancy with it. Just trying to get it out of the can. Now, if I forget to tell you all the ingredients and the amounts, which I realize I have, don't forget they're all in below. Just hit see more and it's going to show you all of the amounts for the ingredients, all that good stuff. So for the evaporated milk, we need about 10 ounces. A can of evaporated milk is 12.5, so I'm just going to eyeball it. It'll be fine. All right, so that looks about perfect. And then our ranch dressing. And that's what we need for this recipe, for the sauce. I'm going to let that start to work and do its thing and bubble. And in the meantime, we're going to start building the casserole. Ooh, I need there's 2 cups of shredded cheese, and I need about half in this as well. So this, you can see, this is creamy, it's cheesy, it's delicious. And that'll take kind of just about a few minutes before it starts bubbling and doing its thing. Starting by spraying our casserole dish. We want it to be super easy to clean up at the end. This is going to bake in the oven for an hour and a half. So one thing that I want to do is I want all of the ingredients to be done at the same time. So because of that, I'm going to make sure that I have like a large chunks of chicken rather than small little bite-sized pieces, because again, we want it all to be done at the same time. And as I dice those, I'm just going to take a minute, and if there's any, trim the fat if you prefer. I know that's something I prefer. If you don't like to or you don't mind it, then you do you. That's just fine. All right. One of my favorite knives that I've worked with forever. I've had this knife for probably, I bet 18 years, like a long, long time. And they're good knives. They're, I don't know how you pronounce this, Wusthof, something like that. And they're great because you can just keep sharpening them. So I've literally had this for probably 18 years. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to clean off my board really good since I used the chicken. So I'll be right back. This looks much more reasonable. Let's come over and check our sauce. We can see that the cream cheese is just about melted in. It's not quite there. And I want to make sure it's all ready to go. It's super creamy. And I'm thinking it has just a couple more minutes, which is perfect. In the meantime, let's dice up the rest of our vegetables here. So we got potatoes, which I scrubbed earlier. And again, we're gonna make big chunks of potatoes because we want everything cooked at the same amount of time. I love this dish because it's not really very futzy at all. One last potato here. What I like about this dish too is that it's pretty. You know, it's one of those that just cooks up and looks so great. Don't even need to do anything with the carrots except rinse them, which I already did. So right over top of everything. Wonderful. Back to the sauce. Let's give it another stir and see where we're at. It's getting close. This doesn't have to be like perfectly smooth because it's going to bake in the oven for an hour and a half. And that's going to work fine. And before I pour that sauce over, I'm going to take the pre-cooked bacon. You know, again, this is a thin cut bacon, pre-cooked. And we're just going to dice it into little pieces. And then I'm going to take my knife and run through it this way too. And that looks great. The bacon and onion are completely optional, but I just thought it'd be a nice little addition to this. And surprisingly, I'm not using the white part of the green. I more want just that really light onion flavor. And that's going to come from the green of the onions. Just giving it a quick dice. And that'll be really pretty on the top of it as well. Let's get this in the oven. Okay, we're going to take our sauce and come over to our casserole dish and just pour it right over the top of everything. And the key is, I want to cover everything with sauce because that's what's going to make it super tender and really flavorful. Just going to spread it over the top of the casserole dish. Wonderful. Next comes the bacon. Like, why wouldn't you put bacon on this, right? And since I had some, why not? And that just looks really good. Now, when you add those little green onions, look how pretty that looks. That's it. We're going to take this, I'm going to cover it with foil. We're going to bake it in the oven for an hour and a half. At an hour and a half, I want you to take it out, just pull up the foil, test it with a fork. Make sure that the potatoes are, you know, super soft. The carrots are soft. The chicken will be cooked, but chicken is cooked when it's 165 degrees. So if you want, you can test the chicken too. I can tell you though, it's going to be cooked. It's going to be ready to go. So cover it with foil. In the oven it goes. We'll see you back in a bit. Hey guys, this is done. And I have a confession. I forgot to put you know that cheese that was sitting over on the side? That should have went on before the bacon, before the onions, but I put it on anyway. So just FYI. No big deal. But anyway, so, this has been baking now for an hour and a half. And I used a fork. The potatoes are perfectly tender. The carrots are too. And now I'm going to broil it because it's going to just make it golden brown and gorgeous. So let me go take it back to the oven. I changed it to broil. And it's probably going to take anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, and then it'll be time for dinner. Oh, goodness. So we tucked it underneath the broiler. It took about 4 minutes. I wanted that golden brown over the top. It's that little thing that makes such a huge difference. I sprinkled it with a little bit of parsley just to kind of give it a little pop and some greenery. And let's give it a try. I think it's hot. I don't think it's screaming hot, but it's pretty warm. So let's see. Let me get a piece of chicken in there. Awesome. And all that wonderful sauce is perfect for your potatoes. Oh, does this look yummy or what? So let's see how tender that chicken is. Look at that, fork tender. That's perfect. Soak up a little sauce. You know, the nice thing about this recipe is we didn't have to empty the spice cabinet to season it. That bag, that packet of ranch dressing does all the work for us. I love that part. Okay, let's give it a try. So tender. Guys, that's perfect. Fork tender, easy enough. You know, I'm dying to have another bite, but I want to make sure you try this, okay? Make sure you go to the blog or just check the information below. All the ingredients, the instructions are there. I listed the bacon and the green onion as optional, but I'm telling you, it's really good with the bacon and green onion. So I would add that to it. It's an excellent meal. It's certainly enough to feed a crowd if you have a, like Sunday supper or Friday night fun, whatever it is. I hope you make it soon, okay? Check out the blog, bowlmeover.com. Make sure you like and subscribe below. Those thumbs up, huge. Appreciate you joining me today. It's Deb from Bowl Me Over. We'll see you next time.